Have you ever seen something in your town and wondered how it came to be? Do you ever wonder what life was like for generations that lived there before? I'm Vivian Li. I'm an artist and creative coder serving as the 2025 Innovator in Residence at the Library of Congress. My project, Anywhere Adventures, brings local history stories to life by mapping out locations throughout the United States, told through the lens of the Library of Congress, from the library's digital collections.
Welcome to Anywhere Adventures. It's so cool to learn about a physical place in my town and the history behind it. And so when I was exploring the Library of Congress collection, I was like, I wonder what they have about Seattle. And turns out lots of cool stories about Seattle are found in the library's digital collections.
The Library of Congress has a massive online collection, and so within this huge collection, I can find really interesting stories about the place where I live. For example, the library has a collection featuring Susan B. Anthony's journals and other paper paraphernalia, and I wanted to know if she ever visited Seattle. And so I found this diary entry from 1871 on Halloween, which states, "Left Port Townsend at 3 p.m., worked on speech up to last minute. Arrived Seattle 7:20, went to Occidental Hotel, hard enough." So I was curious, where in Seattle is the Occidental Hotel? I did some digging and I found out that the Occidental Hotel was actually the first fancy hotel that Seattle ever had. It was built on the corner of 2nd, Yesler, and James on this triangle piece of land, and it had a lot of drama. But I am standing at the corner of James, 2nd, and Yesler right now, and as you might have noticed, this is no longer a hotel because this piece of land cannot catch a break. In 1949, a huge earthquake hit Olympia, Washington, and in that earthquake, a bunch of historic buildings in Seattle got damaged, including its titular hotel. That hotel got replaced with this parking garage called the Sinking Ship, which sounds like a bummer, but it was voted the coolest parking garage in the country. So this whole trail of discovery and learning was sparked by just one little thing that I found in the library's collections, which makes me feel kind of like a history detective. Called the Sinking Ship.
I wanted to create a cool experience so that you could really learn something that you never even thought about before around these locations. The goal of the website, Anywhere Adventures, is to share these fun stories that I've found through the library's digital collections. I've done a lot of research to find funny and interesting stories that are relevant to physical places around town and kind of breaking that down into the story itself and explaining why these library items are cool. Anywhere Adventures is a mobile website that lets you create a travel log while exploring corresponding digital collections at the Library of Congress. You can visit the website and choose which location you want to learn more about. We are starting off with 3, which is Seattle, Washington, Southeast Wyoming, and Chicago, Illinois, and you'll be thrown into this map of all the different locations that there's stories about. You can go ahead, read all the stories, but then I feel like it's cool when you get to visit the location in person and take pictures and create a travel log of both the things that you learned and the things that currently still are. This is how we get started. And so first, you'll choose the location that you want to learn more about. And so since I'm in Seattle, I want to learn more about Seattle. And so I'll select Seattle, and so I'll start. And so the map will fly over all the way to Seattle, and I'll see a bunch of little bubbles showing all the locations that we have stories written about. And I'll show you one of my favorite locations in Seattle because I never would have found it otherwise. It's the Sinking Ship parking garage, which is located in Pioneer Square. And so I'll click on it, and then the story will come up with all the different library items that you have. And so we can see a picture of the old hotel, and then the second old hotel, and maybe even the third old hotel. And this is a picture of Susan B. Anthony's journal of when she visited it. And so I'm like, oh, wow, that's so interesting. I want to see that parking garage in person. And so if I go there, I can click on my travel log visit, and I'll explore the area. I'll give it access to my camera. And so now you can see this custom camera that I created where you can take up to 5 pictures of things that you find interesting about the place currently. Let's say I take 5 pictures on site and I click finish. And then all my pictures get added to my travel log here. And so you can arrange them, you can make them bigger or smaller and create a travel log of your experience. Maybe you want to add some library items. Maybe this is an item that I've saved before that's a stair graph. You can even add some text annotating things that you've learned. And then I'll add it to my beautiful travel log. Okay, this is my travel log. I will click finish. And then after this, you can go explore your travel log and see all the places that you visited, or you can go back to the map. My project hopes to bring stories to objects or places that you might walk past every day or on your commute or just like in your neighborhood and show you that there's stories in the places all around us.